Okay, now we're live on YouTube. I will explain a few things about Talk and Talk before we start. As you know, we are a conversation platform where you can come here and talk in a lot of languages. Today we're speaking in English about a zombie apocalypse, a crazy topic, but it will be nice to talk about it. So let's start. The first question is, how would you prioritize your immediate safety and protection in a zombie apocalypse? I know you have never thought about that, but let's think about it now. So, Priscilla, let's start with you. How would you prioritize your immediate safety and protection in a zombie apocalypse?
So it's a difficult situation, but the first about the security, the arms, yeah, and know about the arm, but I don't know, factors and the arms don't have a sound, yeah, because I imagine, yeah, the same moves, yeah, the zombie don't. I can see you if you silence. Yeah, I imagine this situation, but I don't know.
Perfect. I saw one TV show called The Last of Us, and it was like that. They needed to stay in silence. They couldn't say a thing, and then they wouldn't find them. Perfect. Okay, makes sense. And you, Yanni, how would you prioritize your immediate safety and protection in a zombie apocalypse?
Difícil sei.
Yeah, it's hard.
The arms and the medicine. So the any doctors and any soldiers.
You would search for these people, doctors and soldiers. Você ia procurar esse povo.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Makes sense. Makes sense. You need those.
Yes. So, hobbies.
That's it. Perfect.
Yeah.
And you, Luis, how would you prioritize your immediate safety and protection in a zombie apocalypse?
At first, I will search for looking for my friend that he drives a lot. He's a driver, and he's 18 years old like me, and at first place, he is my friend. He's my best friend. He's my best friend, and like the girl before me that said, soldiers and doctors. It is a good strategy, and I will search for the game The Last of Us that I never played before.
Yeah, it's a good practice, right? To play those games. So it's nice to have them. Perfect. And you, Flavio, how would you prioritize your immediate safety and protection in a zombie apocalypse?
I will search for weapons. I think that everyone is searching for weapons, and I was thinking where I can find the weapons in this case. I think it's difficult but I think it's the first thing that I want to leave my house more strong indoors and the windows. And I think it's the first thing that I want to do, because the zombies can break my door or my window, and to protect my family. And after this, I want to get apples, weapons, and food.
Perfect. Yeah, I guess the most important thing is to protect your house or leave it and go to a safer place, right? Because you need to be safe, né? Your body, yourself, you need to be safe. So a good order that you put that protect your house and then search for food, weapons. It's important. And you, Katiana, how would you prioritize your immediate safety and protection in a zombie apocalypse?
I think I put my door in the safe place. Is the first thing I know. I thought about. I think is the first thing I thought it's about put my door in a safe place, and I think it's stay quiet with my family.
Mhm. Yeah, in your house, right?
Yes.
Mhm. Perfect. It's important too. Stay safe in a safe place. Perfect. So let's go to question number 2. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, what would be your primary strategy for finding a secure shelter? So, a shelter é um abrigo, né? Então, qual que seria a sua primeira estratégia para achar um abrigo seguro? So, let's see if you know how to survive. Let's start with Flávio. Flávio, if you were in a zombie apocalypse, what would be your primary strategy for finding a secure shelter?
Yeah, how I said before, I prefer to make my house more strong.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's exists a risk if we stay out of our house, and I think it's individual. I saw many things that I like it. One this thing is a motto, a person in a motto. I think it's I will find a motto because I I know riding a motorcycle, and I think it's good to it's my faster to return. That's a car. Car is more slow to make it move fast movements. I think the motto is it's you can and we can pass in small paths. I think I will find a motorcycle.
Perfect. Yeah, this is important. You can move it faster, just like you said, it's faster than a car. So nice idea. Okay. And you, Yanni, what would be your strategy for finding a secure shelter?
First, I search the place with food and structure this place. Second, I search the arms, and finally I find the car and the structure my car too.
Perfect. A nice order for surviving is a nice order of options. Okay. And you, Katiana, what would be your strategy for finding a secure shelter?
I think it's go in the opposite of the manada, because if you go with a lot of people, probably you have focus in this person, and this will be kill this person, and I go to the other side, and I think it's this.
Mhm. Perfect. It's a nice idea. So they won't follow you. They follow the majority of the people. So makes sense. And you, Priscilla, what would be your strategy for finding a secure shelter?
So the first I'm observe around me. Yeah, for example, I'm staying in my home and I observe around, and I don't know how many people with me, but I'm thinking about a car. Yeah, it's a good options, and go to the other location. Maybe it's many people, yeah, around. I'm thinking that it's good because if you don't have many people, and don't have a zombie, yeah, more zombie. I don't know, probability, yeah, the zombie. I don't know, but depends of the how many people with me. Yeah, I imagine the car. It's a good options. Yeah, and they go to the other location. Yeah, more calm. Yeah, because when I have other people, it's possible to happen a sound. Yeah, and the other location it's more location calm. Yeah.
You would go to a remote place, like you and the people with you. That's it?
Yes, and put my arms, yeah, the arms with me all the time.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it seems like a nice strategy, right? To go far away from the other people. So just like Katiana said too, né? Ir pro outro lado da manada, e é isso. Tem que fazer isso para sobreviver. So let's go to question number 3. How would you approach gathering essential supplies and resources to ensure your survival in a zombie-infested world? So how would you grab food, for example? How would you grab water? Como que vocês iam arranjar essas coisas, né? Essential supplies. Então, como que vocês iam fazer? For example, in my case, I don't have like a stock in my house with all those things. I buy what I use. But it seems like a smart idea if you are afraid of those things to have this in your house, né? USA people, usually they have basements, né? Geralmente eles têm porões, e aí tem tudo isso, tipo, com medo de furacão, essas coisas, né? So I guess I would do that. I would have a basement. Eu teria um porão com coisas. That's what I would choose to have. So, but I guess like in real life, I wouldn't do that because it's totally not necessary here in Brazil, at least. But in a world that this would be a possibility, I would have a basement, and that's it. And you, Katiana, how would you approach gathering essential supplies and resources to ensure your survival?
This topic, it's very it's difficult. I think I don't know because
No idea.
I don't idea. The research tell it's about it's probably we don't if you don't eat anything, you're probably it's possible for don't eat for 10 years, for example, 10 days, sorry. And in the first moment, I think it's choose a safe place. But food, I think it's a big problem. It's not a zombie, but guys, you see the Croods, one movie about Croods.
Mhm.
And in the Crude, it's a childhood movie, and this family living in the prehistorical time and don't have food, and then and that time stay in middle of the storm and go away in the during the day and choose a food, a egg or other things and fight for the food. And I think when you stay in this scenario in a zombie time, probably I go outside my, I don't remember caverna, but I don't remember cavern in English, but during the day, because probably zombie don't walk in during the day.
Yeah, it's a nice idea. And I guess Croods, they wanted to show that like in the past we needed to hunt, né? A gente tinha que caçar para ter comida. And nowadays it's so easy to eat, right? So for us, it's really complicated to think that we need to find our own food, not in a supermarket, né? Fora do mercado, na vida mesmo. So it's really weird, né? Bem estranho. Perfect. And you, Yanni, how would you approach gathering essential supplies and the resources to ensure your survival?
So, foods, eu não sei falar comida enlatada, né? Tipo,
Canned goods.
canned good. And the medicamentos,
Medicine.
medicine. So that's it for this survey. That's it.
Perfect. Okay. I remember now while Yoni was speaking that about these canned goods. I remember that when COVID-19 started and we needed to stay at home, a lot of people went to the supermarkets and bought a lot of things. And at least in my city, we had a problem because people wanted to buy a lot of things and to like live at their homes. And then it was like an apocalypse for me because I went to the supermarket and I saw the shelves empty. Eu ia no mercado e via a prateleira vazia. And for me, it was really weird. So I remember that. And I remember that canned goods was something that people bought a lot because of the time that they last. E a gente achava que ia ficar só 2 semanas em casa, né? Então, assim, foi uma loucura. But I remember that. And you, Priscilla, how would you approach gathering essential supplies to your survival in a zombie-infested world?
In this moment, if this happens, for sure I need to go to the supermarket or the location, because I don't have many food in my house. I don't have location for put this. And go to the supermarket or small, I don't know, grocery store, I don't know, to select some food, a specific food. I imagine the rice. It's a good food because it's when I cooking, it's more mais quantidade, and maybe the same Ian said, comida enlatada, water, it's very important because I imagine the situation, it's terrible, and the water, it's very important to buy, or to reserve more and more, so that's it.
Perfect. I guess water will be the first thing I would look for because as you can see, I drink a lot of water. All the time I'm here with my water bottle, I drink a lot of water. And then water would be a huge problem for me if I don't have it. I guess I would be really sad and thirsty because all the time I feel thirsty. So it would be terrible for me. And you, Flavio, how would you approach gathering essential supplies and resources to ensure your survival? Flavio, you're live?
No, I had a difficult to turn on my microphone. No, I want to say curious facts that happened to me. One day when I went to have a beer with a friend, and I knew your other friends that we are in the bar, and your friend had a truck, and his truck had a gas canister, and no porta-mala tinha um puxão de gás, a tent, and a gallon of gasoline. And he said to me in the table when are drinking that he stay with these things in your car because he had fear of apocalypse. And I don't believe when he say it to me. I think he is joking with me, and he leave me and he leave me to your car and show these things, and I think it's very interesting.
There are crazy people for everything, right? Tem maluco pra tudo. Então, there are a lot of people who are afraid, really afraid of apocalypse. A gente tem muito medo, tipo, medo de verdade. Eu, assim, é capaz de acontecer, não esse tipo assim, but it's possible one time the world ends. But I don't think it's that quickly, like all of a sudden the world is ending. Eu não acho que vai ser assim do nada.
I confess that the pandemic, my sister said to me that because she is Spanish, and your father stay in the war, in the second war, and she said to me that your father go out to your house and return with rats, and rats to them eat. And when she said it to me, I become a little stressful and a little, I don't know how to say that. And I'm a little, eu fiquei meio neurótico. I stay neurotic, and I go out to the market running because I stay with fear that we stay without gasoline, and I running to train my physical to get food, and I train this about 2 months, and after this eu consegui, I can relax a little.
But I guess back on that time, everybody was a little bit nervous, right? Because we didn't know, so we were nervous. Everyone was, and each person had one way to deal with it. Né? Cada pessoa tinha um jeito de lidar. So it depends. For example, I thought all my family was going to die by the COVID. Eu achei que todo mundo ia morrer. Porque eu tava com medo danado, and then I thought everybody was going to die. It was terrible. And each person deal with that in one way, né? Cada pessoa lida com isso de um jeito. So, and every time that we see something that is different for us, we get afraid, né? A gente tem medo do diferente. Então...
Here in São Paulo, when we pass in front of supermarket, we had many cars and Kiwi cars in front of the supermarket, and this is stressful for us.
No, yes, it is. That's true. Perfect. So let's go to question number 4. And this one is nice. In the face of limited resources and potential danger, how would you decide whom to trust and form alliance during a zombie apocalypse? So who are you going to trust? Quem que você vai confiar? Because like it's a really complicated situation because you don't have enough food, you don't have enough water. Who are you going to trust? I only trust my mom. And that's it. Let's see who we're going to trust. Katiana, who are you going to trust?
I think my mother, my father, my husband, and my daughter.
Perfect. Yeah, only the family, right? Only the family.
Resume my family.
Perfect. And you, Priscilla, who are you going to trust?
In my family, of course, because this situation it's hard, yeah, and you can interest in other person, yeah.
Mm.
Everybody nervous, everybody crazy. it's a terrible situation. In the first moment, I interest in my parents, of course.
Perfect. And only the family, no one else.
Yes. No, never.
Okay, perfect. And you, Flavio, who are you going to trust?
I don't know because my family can become a zombie. And when a person becomes a zombie, it's not just to know. I think I will trust in anyone.
Like you
Only
won't
me.
trust anyone.
I
Jesus
I will
Christ, only
trust.
you.
I will trust in God. God is my.
Perfect. Okay. You and you by yourself. Okay. That's it. And you, Yanni, who are you going to trust?
My family too.
Only them.
Yes. Is
Perfect. Okay.
more secret.
That's true. I wouldn't trust all of my family, only my mom, because like I don't know if I with lack of food what people can do. Não sei que com falta de comida que as pessoas podem fazer. So I only trust my mom, and that's it. So let's go to question. Priscila rindo lá de mim. Let's go to question number 5. What personal skills or attributes do you possess that you believe would be advantageous in a zombie apocalypse? So a thing that you are able to do now and you think it'll be useful in a situation like that. For example, I do a type of dance that I need to climb a pole, and then I know how to climb things. So I guess it'll be really useful in a zombie apocalypse because I can climb. So that's it. And you, Yanni, what personal skills do you have that will be useful in a zombie apocalypse?
I don't understand the question.
Like, what do you know how to do? Like something that you know how to do, and you think it will be useful. Ia ser útil numa situação dessa.
The personal?
No, you. Something that you know how to do now, uma coisa que você consegue fazer agora, você acha que ia ser útil numa situação dessa?
Cry.
Acho que não seria muito útil, não. But okay. I don't think it will help a lot.
I am the person that have very ideas. So in the moment depression, I am more my mind organized. So it's útil. Very
Yeah. It's useful. To deal with pressure is really useful. I don't know how to deal with pressure. Não sei lidar com pressão. So if you know, that's really useful. Isso é muito útil mesmo. Perfect. And you, Flávio, what personal skills do you possess that would be useful?
I already make Muay Thai and fight Muay Thai for 6 years, and I think it's a good skill. And today I do academy gym. I do gym too, and I make weight I know bodybuilding. Acho que musculação é bodybuilding, né? I think it's strong. It's used to fight with. If I don't have weapons, I think if I can make uma espada, alguma coisa assim, I can fight.
Perfect.
A sword, or a sword, ou uma lança, alguma coisa assim.
To know how to
Spear.
fight, né? To
É.
know how to fight is important. Perfect. And you, Priscilla, what personal skills do you have that would be useful?
So in the moment, dangers, I'm run a lot. I'm good at, I'm considered. And a calm situation, I imagine the cooking, speak with the person, yeah. Try keep the calm. I don't know. Practice yoga because I need because I keep calm. Yeah, you can make different things. You need to stay, yeah. And I don't know, rezar and follow, yeah. And it's I think this it's a difficult situation.
Yeah. You would run and do things to stay calm, né? Você ia correr e fazer coisa pra ficar calma.
Yes, because it's a dangerous situation. I'm run a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the zombie needs follow. It's not possible. I'm run.
Sure. No, that's true. To run is a really nice thing to do. Personally, I can't because I have asthma. So imagine I would run like 1 kilometer and stop, né? Então eu ia correr 1 quilômetro e ia parar. Então saber correr é útil mesmo. Perfect. And you, Catiana também. Catiana corre todo dia quase. Então, Catiana, what personal skills do you possess that would be useful in that situation?
I think I'm running because for me running it's more easier, and swimming because I'm swimming too. And for me, I think the zombies don't swim, and it's different. And probably I swimming.
Perfect. Catiana would live entire life inside the water, né? E viver a vida inteira dentro da água, que lá eles não pegam ela. Perfect. That's it. Nice. So let's go to question number 6. Question number 6 is related to ethics, okay? So it's a little bit hard. If faced with a loved one who has been infected and turned into a zombie, how would you emotionally and practically handle the situation? Então, alguém que você ama, um familiar, todo mundo aqui falou que ia confiar na família, né? Menos o Flávio, que só confia em Deus. Então, vamos lá. Se vocês tiverem com a família de vocês e alguém ficou infectado, how would you deal with the situation emotionally and practically, right? So it's a little bit related to ethics because it's a hard thing, né? Uma coisa difícil. In my case, if I was together with this person, I needed to be separate from them as fast as I can, né? O mais rápido possível eu ia me separar dessas pessoas antes de virar o caos, né? So I would do that. And you, Flávio, if you faced with a situation like that, how would you deal?
I think that's I will have to keep my family.
Jesus Christ, a little bit sad, né? Meio triste, meio extremo também, extreme. But...
No, I have a curious thing that I am doing now. I am searching for swords, espadas in the internet.
Okay, perfect. That's it. It's a way to deal with the problem, having a sword. Okay. And you, Katiana, if faced with a situation like that, how would you deal with it?
Difficult situation, no? I don't know what I do. For example, if these things happen with my daughter, I don't abandon my daughter. Probably I stay too, and I find a cure. I think a cura. I'm looking for the cure because it's so difficult. Because for me, my family, it's everything, and abandon my daughter or my mother. It's so difficult. I stay together, probably.
Yes, it's a complicated situation, right? Because we don't even need to think about a zombie apocalypse. Imagine a case that like a part of your family had an infectious disease that has no cure. Uma doença infecciosa que não tem cura. Como é que você vai fazer? Não tem como você ficar perto dessa pessoa. So it's a really complicated situation, right? So it's something that it's impossible this way, but it's possible in other ways, right? So it's important to think about it and think about what would you do, né? I think it's interesting. And you, Priscilla, if faced with a situation like that, how would you deal?
Terrible situation.
Terrible situation.
But I will cry, yeah, in the first moment, and I'm trying to save and separate, and I will observe about the comportment, and if I can't help it, and make something, I don't know. I'm search about I don't know, remédio for help us. Don't know before, but if you don't have a cure, I'm separating the observe and the yeah, for to save my family.
It's what it's left, né? O que resta, né? Only pray, that's it. Perfect. It's really complicated because if they are in a situation like that, it means there's no cure, né? Significa que não tem cura, né? So it's a really hard situation because if there's no cure, what would you do? O que você faria numa situação dessa? Né? It's really complicated, muito complicado.
It's difficult. I imagine the situation, the series, yeah, The Walking Dead. It's terrible. You can make anything. Yeah, you need wait. Only that.
Yeah. There are a lot of TV shows that portray that, The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, and there are a lot. And there is even movies, World War Z with Brad Pitt, that they show those things. And it's really complicated because all the time you have a problem, you don't know how to solve the problem. It's either a tragic moment, it's always like that. So it's really complicated. And I don't know why people come up with this idea of zombies. Não sei como é que surgiram com essa coisa aí, não. But they are in the...
I don't know. I don't know. I forget the name. I hope this is not happening.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
Because it's happening. My God, it's
That's
terrible.
True. That's true. And you, Yanni, if faced with a situation like that, how would you deal with the situation?
So first, I locked my family in the close place, lugar fechado, because I think the zombie don't need the food. So after I searched the cure.
It's a nice strategy. You put them alone, right?
If my family close locked in the place, and other people don't kill them.
That's true. I guess that's the best solution, and people should put that on TV shows. Nunca vi essa solução aí nos filmes e séries, deveriam pôr. Because it's really interesting. You put them alone, they won't harm no one because they are alone. And then you find the cure. I guess that's a solution, right? Acho que o programa não ia ter muita audiência, porque a solução aí é muito fácil, na verdade, né? É só pra gente pensar. But okay, makes sense. I like this solution. Perfect. So let's go to question number 7, guys. Question number 7, I will ask for you to answer quickly, okay, because of our time. So, how would you maintain your mental and emotional well-being in a situation like that while living in constant fear and uncertainty during a zombie apocalypse? So, como vocês iam manter a saúde mental e emocional numa situação dessa? Because I wouldn't have mental health or emotional health. I wouldn't have. Eu não ia ter, é impossível. So, I wouldn't maintain. So, let's see about you. Flávio, how would you maintain your mental health?
I'm bad with myself after Ian said, because I said that I will kill my family, and I don't think and make them security and find a cure. My first thinking in my mind is kill them.
Yeah, a
But
little bit violent, right?
no, I don't think that I can search a cure for this, because in the movies I we don't see this thing, but I think it's possible. And uh, I think that I I work in the bank, and we make many projects with the deadline, short deadline, and make rooms with directors, managers. I think that I prepared for this in my life, because I live in stressful situation all day, and I think it's not difficult to me to deal with this. When I was younger, I uh, I not to deal with this stressful situation well, but today I am more mature, and I passed many things in my life that I think that I am more prepared for this.
Perfect. I guess it's a little bit different the situation, right? But still, if you know how to deal with pressure, just like Yanni said, né? Sabe lidar sob pressão, I guess it would be easier for you, né? Seria mais fácil. Perfect. And Priscilla, how would you maintain your mental and emotional well-being in a situation like that?
I'm trying to live without think too much about the situation, the practice exercise. I don't know, and don't think about that. Yeah, to survive. If you think about this situation all the time, you can continue. Yeah, you need to follow and try survive all the time, and yeah. Follow your life the same. No, yeah, it's impossible, but try follow survive simple. Yeah, live viver simplesmente. Yeah, follow. Yeah, and don't think about all the time this about the situation. Yeah, because if you think all the time, you can survive. Yeah, your emotion it's bad. You can continue. Yeah, you can help the other person. You can help yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I guess in this situation, it's hard for you to stop and think about it because you're so in a terrible situation. Você nem pensa, né, em saúde mental, nem no seu bem-estar, because you need to live,
Yeah.
né? Você tem que viver, então é muito complicado. Perfect. And you, Yanni, how would you maintain your mental and emotional well-being?
It is impossible. Não tenho emocional. But you, the emotional, you survive, né?
Perfect.
It's impossible.
That's true. The focus is to stay alive, né? O foco é ficar vivo, não saúde
Yeah.
mental. Perfect.